We are back and we're going to be going through Sirach chapter 23. We've been dealing with this study, dealing with the book of Sirach, a very wonderful book that has been designed for law keepers. I love the book of Sirach. I really, really do love the book of Sirach. And today we're dealing with chapter 23. And please, I know that some of you have been watching the videos. I can see the views on the videos. You guys have been watching it. So if you do have any question you would like us to talk about it, feel free to give me a call. You're welcome to give me a call if you have any question or you would like us to discuss anything that I mentioned in the video. As you do know, I do, I'm very raw. I do, speak in a raw way and it is what it is. I say things the way I say things. So if there's anything that I say on the video during the study that concerns you, or you have a question or you would like us to discuss it, you are absolutely welcome to give me a call so we can talk about it. So today we're going to be dealing with chapter 23, and then soon, I don't know when, but I have to do it as soon as possible. Soon we're going to be dealing with going into our medical studies. I'm going to be doing into our medical studies, very soon. So, but today we're dealing with Sirach 23. Sirach 23 study. That's what we're studying. Sirach 23. And then tomorrow we might deal with... Oh no, tomorrow is the Sabbath day. Oh, I forgot. Tomorrow is the Sabbath day. So we're not going to be doing a study tomorrow. We will be having our regular worship tomorrow. We will not be doing a study tomorrow because tomorrow is the Sabbath day. So all praises to our Heavenly Father. Let's go ahead and get started and go right into the book. Today we're dealing with Sirach 23. That's what we're dealing with today. Sirach chapter 23. Sirach 23. Alright, so let's get into it right now. Sirach 23. Welcome, my brothers and sisters. I see that you guys are watching already. I'm going to try to rush today because of power supply. My power supply is not very good today. We don't have power today. So I'm actually running this television on a power bank, using power bank to power this television. And I have about maybe 30 minutes. So we're going to move very quick on this so we can cover this chapter today. I thought about, I would have not do this, but no, I would like to do it. For us to do this, I would have also loved for if we had gone out this morning to preach. I feel exactly what I asked here to do for me is what's happening to me. I feel hunger, thirst to when it comes to His word. So I really would have. I was actually kind of preparing for us to go out this morning. That's why I charged this headset. I charged this thing. I was preparing for us to go out in a different location this morning, but we ended up not going. So, anyways, so this one, I would have said, there's no light. The power bank might not be enough. So let's not do our Sirach 23 today. No, I don't want to do that. So I don't want to be lazy when it comes to the things of Yah. Sirach chapter 23 from verse 1. Oh yeah, my Father and my master of my life. Oh yeah, my Father and master of my life. Master. I don't have to ask you guys what is a father. You know what a father is. Everybody who is alive has a father. But everybody who is alive does not have a master. We all have fathers, but we all do not have masters. What is a master? What is a master? Master. Master. The Bible says that Abraham called her husband her master. What is a master?
Somebody you are under.
Somebody you are under. Okay. Somebody you are under. Who else wants to answer?
Somebody that teaches you correct whenever you do something wrong.
Okay. I think
A master is also a leader. Someone that leads someone.
a master is also a leader. Okay. Okay. I think your first answer is very good. What did you say the first time? Someone that you are under. But it's not just under. But like you added a leader, your master, someone like that is teaching. So in a way, I'm kind of like your master, in a way, because you're under me and I'm teaching you, and so I guess in a way you could say that. So a master, they say that Yahushua is a master. And in school, people say master. So, but master is also someone that, he's, like you guys already answered it, someone that teaches you, someone that you are under, someone that you look up to, someone that you learn from, things like that. Let's see how they describe it. A man who has people working for him, especially servants, slaves, he acceded to his master's wishes. So there are similar words like sovereign, Lord, master, overlord, whatever, ruler. And what number two? This is number two, because this number one is more like number one is also good because it's true. That's why the Bible says, servant, obey your masters. Servant, obey your masters. Paul said that. But look at number two. A man in charge of an organization or group, having or showing very great skill or proficiency. You don't have to be a master. You don't have to be a master chef in order to cook meat properly. So, two, main principle. The apartment master, bathroom has free standing over bathtub. So, so let's get back to, because they're saying that Yah is our master. Yah is our master. So, oh Yah, my father and my master, and master of my life, do not leave me at the mercy of my own words. Don't let them cause my downfall. I wish I could be whipped for my thoughts. I wish I could be whipped. He wishes he could be whipped. Hear the sound? He wishes he could be whipped because of the things that he has taught in the past. He wish somebody can flog him because those things are not good things, the things he taught about in the past. So that wisdom could discipline my mind. I will not want to be spared when I'm wrong. What is spared? Spared. I will not want to be spared when I'm wrong. What is spared? Spared.
For
Spared.
example, if I do something wrong and you do not flog me, you spared me.
Okay, spared. Okay, spared. Okay, to spare someone, to spare something, something that maybe, yeah, to protect something, like to not put it on, make it go through what others are going through. You spare that one. Like, yeah, say, I will spare those, basically those that keep his commandment, he's going to spare them from his wrath. Okay, so I will not want a single sin to be overlooked. Then I will not keep. Oh my goodness, I love this book. I love this book. This is the thing. This is it. This is why I love this book. Because this is the mindset that I want to have. This is exactly, and this book you see here, Christians hate this book. Anybody who does not believe in keeping the law, they will hate this book. That's one of the reasons why they rejected it. Because if you look at what is being said here, I will not want a single lawlessness, sin, to be overlooked. I don't want you to overlook my sin. Then I will not keep on sinning. Because if Yah point out to all my sin, then I will not keep on sinning. That's why when I pray, I say, yeah, please, show us where we're going wrong. Then I will not keep on sinning. Making one mistake after another. I could not fall to my enemies. I could not fall to my enemies and be humiliated by them. Oh yeah, my Father, God of my life, keep me from being arrogant. Yeah, please keep me from being arrogant. I don't want to be arrogant. You know what arrogant is, right? Like an arrogant person. Nobody likes arrogant person. It's so. Do you know it's sweet to be arrogant? Do you know it can be tempting to be arrogant? You know? Yeah, it's very sweet. Like, it's very tempting. That's why we have to control ourselves. We have to control ourselves. Like, I'll give you guys an example. I use America as an example because you do know how people, that we almost like worship those that go to America. Do you know that? When people go to America, or when people come back from America, we look up to them. We look up to them. We look up to them. Why do we look up to them? Because of the things we're going to get from them. So people like those that come from America. He, who's American? Wow, he came back from America. Wow. Wow. And because of this kind of behavior that we have towards those that go to America, because of that, it's almost like that person has gone to, I don't want to use the word up there, because I don't want to insult the place where Yah is. But we have this low mentality where when we see somebody from America, we just look up to them. Oh wow, they came back from America. Oh wow. And then that type of thing that we are doing will not make their head to be big. They will not be, because they know that they came from America. Or I came from US. I'm from the US. I'm blah, blah, blah. They become arrogant. They feel like they can do anything or say anything, But not only those that go to America. There are people who are in Igbo land. They are still arrogant. And what are the traits of an arrogant person? Traits is like characteristics. An arrogant person. Can you give me an example of what arrogant people do? What are the examples?
Proud.
Proud.
Rude.
Yes. Yeah. An arrogant person. Here is one of the worst thing about being arrogant, please, so that you don't end up doing it. One of the worst thing about being arrogant is that an arrogant person looks down on other people. They look down on other people. To them, you are nothing. To them, you are. And not only do they look down on you, by the things they say. Arrogant people do not respect others. Arrogant people have no respect. That's one of the things that make being arrogant, very bad. They have no respect. Let's say, for example, they go to filling station where somebody is selling fuel. They will talk to the person putting fuel anyhow. You are sitting in a store. You are in a store. You're selling something. They will come to that store. They will insult you anyhow. They will insult you like, like they just unnecessarily. So it is not good to be arrogant. It's not good at all. What are ways somebody can prevent themselves from being arrogant? What are ways?
By humbling yourself.
But how do you humble yourself? What can you do to humble yourself?
By keeping Yah's law.
By keeping Yah's law. Yes, keeping Yah's law. Because the Bible still tells us that Yah hates proud people. Because like you said, proudness is part of arrogance. Do you know how I personally, do you want to add more? By keeping Yah's law. Keeping Yah's law will help you a lot. Because Yah expects you to be respectful to others. Now, me personally, how I keep myself from being arrogant is that I do those things people don't expect me to do. Have I ever asked anybody to come and sweep my room? No. When I first came back, when I started coming back from the US in 2021, I will clean the floor. Do I not clean the floor? I clean the floor of upstairs. My own upstairs. I do certain things that people are like, can't believe he's doing that. I take my gallon, I go to the borehole. I'd like to drink borehole water. I go to the borehole, I get my own water. Have I ever sent anybody to go get my water? Never. I go get my own water. So I do those things that maybe people in my position will never do. So by doing those things, by forcing myself down, I'm forcing myself down. By forcing myself down to do those things that normal people are doing, those things that I can hire someone and pay them to do it for me, those things that I can order people around to do for me, by doing those things, like washing my own clothes. My own clothes, day before, this last time was the first time somebody is washing my clothes in almost 20 years. First time. And the feast was coming. I was overwhelmed with organizing the feast, running around. And almost all my white was dirty. Almost all of them. What I actually plan on doing is to soak it inside water and keep it. And then maybe, but then, by the time I came back to that, this person was already washing it. But that was the first time somebody was washing my clothes in almost 20 years before you guys were even born. I washed my own clothes. I wash it. Unless there was a time I was in the US, I took some of my clothes to the dry cleaner. I tried it a few times and I stopped. So I just go to the public laundry and wash it there, put it in the laundry, put money, machine will wash it for me, take it out, put it in a dryer, it will dry it for me and I will take it. So, but here, I wash my own clothes. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that this thing will die this fast. Okay, so I'm going to read the rest. I'm going to read it from my phone. Like I said in the beginning, we don't have power supply, so I'm running this thing off of power bank, and the power bank thing the juice have finished. So I will read the rest off of my phone. All right. So arrogant. Try not to be arrogant. Try not to be arrogant. And what I just described right now are ways. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Greet people. even those who don't know Oboge, even when you're going Oboge, greet them. Greet them. Not to mention those who are your senior. Greet them. It's one of the ways to humble yourself. Because one of the things that happens to us is that we are very, there's this thing in us that makes us to want to be proud. You know, there's once in a while you see a video on YouTube or Facebook among the Yorubas. You see Yoruba people in Lagos, Ogun State. When they come around their king, I should have tried to show it to you on the TV, but the TV is dead because of the power. So in Ogun State, they have this thing where they bow down to their king. They lay down on the ground, almost lay down on the ground for their king. So now you see Igbo people. When an Igbo person comes around a Yoruba king, an Igbo person will not bow down. An Igbo person will just stand up. So you see other Igbo people like, yeah, that is who we are. We don't bow to anybody. That is who we are. We are proud. Yes, I'm glad he did not bow down. Yes, he has made us proud. He has made us proud by not bowing down to that king. We are Igbo people, and Igbo people do not bow down to anybody. Abraham bowed down to others. Bowing down to others does not make you less of a human being. That is a Yoruba culture. But that is also a biblical culture. It's a Yoruba culture to bow down. It's also a biblical culture. Igbo people are the opposite of what their ancestor was. We are so disgusting. We are so arrogant. And I have to force myself to not be arrogant. I literally have to force myself to the ground. So I do things that normally people in my position would not do. Yahushua says, if you want to be the greatest, be the servant. You guys might be thinking of me as your master. But if you look very closely, I'm actually your servant. I'm actually serving you. If you look very closely, if you reason it, think about it, I'm actually your servant, including those of you who are online. You might be thinking of me, oh, Brother Tobaya, our leader, who is your leader? Am I not a servant? I'm actually serving you. Do you know how long it took to write that commandment book? Do you know how long it, do you know, go and open that book and go through it. If I was in the world, oh my goodness, if I was in the world and I wrote that commandment book in the worldly system, people will look up to me a lot. I will be called a scholar. You know what a scholar is? That book will be like a bestseller on Amazon. That book will be selling on Amazon. That book will be used by churches. Churches. Look at the rubbish that Rick Warren wrote about 15, 20 years ago. Rick Warren in America, in California. Saddleback Church in California. The book is called Purpose-Driven Life. Purpose-Driven Life. That book sold for millions of copies. People were hungry to read that book. Rubbish book. Christian nonsense. Go open up Commandment book. Go through it. Almost every topic is addressed. Almost every topic is addressed in that book. Clearly addressed with chapters and verses, with a very detailed explanation. So if you want to know about vow, you open that book, you learn about vow with biblical references, fasting, baptism, circumcision, sacrifice, feast days, name it. Most of these things. Then go towards biblical marriage area. Go towards the area about biblical marriage. You see how everything was explained, almost everything. Virginity, betrothing, bride price, those things was all, you go towards the education. You see biblical principle on how to raise a son, how to raise a girl. Who knows about Commandment book? Very few people knows about it. But the process of writing that book is an act of service. I am a servant. I am not a leader. I am a servant. What is like is that, let's say you all sit down, and somebody come, he sweep this place, he goes and bring food and give to everybody. He goes and get water and give to everybody. He comes and turn on the television. He changes the light bulb. He opens the windows. That person is a servant. But if you think about it, he's like the leader. He tells you, okay, it's time to go upstairs. Okay, it's time to go to bed. Okay, it's time. You might be thinking of him like a leader. He's not your leader. He's a servant. So that's what I do. I serve people. So if somebody called me on the phone, or I talk to somebody on the phone, he said, brother, I would like you to come and explain some Bible verses or explain some biblical teachings to some people in my congregation. I say, okay. I drive for like 2 hours to go there to go and teach them. I'm just a servant. So don't look at yourself as a leader. If you look at yourself as a leader, you will not be able to serve the people. You will just sit like people do. Look at the world. Look at all these Christian churches. Look at their founders. They are leaders. What do they call them? Daddy, right? Daddy G-O. What did Yahushua say about calling people father? That is why that useless girl that came here was calling me daddy. Am I your father? Am I the one that impregnated your mother? You didn't bomb daddy. But he's calling me daddy. Why is he calling me daddy? Because that is what they do in their church. We're not supposed to call people daddy, except for your biological father. Your biological father is the one that gave birth to you, that impregnated your mother, and your mother had you. That's the only person you can call daddy. You're not supposed to call any other man daddy, according to Yahushua. But who are the biggest people that call their pastors daddy today? Christians. So that shows you they don't believe in the Bible. They do not believe in the Bible. Because if they do believe in Yahushua, they would never open their mouth and call somebody daddy. They call them daddy G-O, mommy G-O. When Yahushua told you not to call anybody daddy. These are examples that when I go out on the street and I explain to people why Christianity is not biblical. These are one of the reasons. Because Jesus clearly said, don't call anybody father. And yet they call their pastor's father. Sometimes they try to call me daddy. Who is your daddy? I'm not your daddy. Did I impregnate your mother? He did not bomb daddy. So, that is this little thing will show you how bad Christianity is. And then go and tell them, do you know you're not supposed to call somebody daddy? They will start arguing with you. They will start arguing with you. So let's try not to be arrogant. Try to have a servant spirit. Humble yourself and Yah will bring you up. Okay? All right. So, verse 4, Sirach chapter 23, verse 4. Oh yeah, my Father, God of my life, keep me from being arrogant. Protect me from evil desires. Keep me from being overcome by greed and lust. Keep me from being overcome by greed and lust. Oh my goodness. A couple of months ago, when dollar was almost 2,000 naira for $1, almost 2,000 for $1, I thought to myself, thought about going back to America because dollar has never gone that high. Never. 2021, oh no, last year when I came back from the US, dollar was around 800 naira for $1. You now went from 800 naira to around 2,000 naira for $1. And I started thinking, I thought about it. I thought to myself, I thought about going back, traveling. To go do what? So I can go and walk. Maybe go and walk and buy a few more land, buy a couple of land, save money. But I know I wasn't supposed to do that. I know that I'm on assignment. Yah sent me on assignment. Part of that assignment is this thing that we go out to preach. That assignment is the reason why I carry this. See, I carry this bag because of that assignment. As you see me here now, I carry this bag. What is inside this bag? Let me show you. See this bag? I open this bag. And this is what you see. You see this. You see this and this. Yah's calendar and tracks. See how thick it is. See how thick. Yah's calendar. See how thick it is. I carry it. So why do I carry it? Because sometimes I go to buy something in the store. I go to the store to buy something. Before you know it, I'll get into conversation with somebody. I'll start having conversation. By having that conversation, I'll say, oh my God, I wish I had this thing. I wish I had this. So I can give to that person. You know, because sometimes when I explain something, some people will be, bro, I'm interested. What you're saying is the truth. This is the truth. So that's why I carry this. If I explain about the moon, I give them this one. You know, this one also has something about the moon. You know, but this one has a lot of information. Lots and lots of information. And it took a while to put this together. You know. So, okay, this one. Do you know, if you know what it took to design this thing? I did not buy this thing in the market. It was not bought in the market. This was years ago. I sit beside a graphic designer and I tell him, do it this way, move this. Okay, change this color, make it this color, make this part golden color, and make this different this way. Move it like this, do it like this. Move it this way. Okay, this one should be this color. Okay, make this color like this. Do it. That's how this thing was designed. This one is almost 5 years now, or so. See? Almost 5 years now, or so. So that's part of that service that I'm talking about. Serving Yah. So the verse that I just read, this verse that I read right now, it says, please keep me from being greedy and lost. Keep me from being greedy and lost. And lustful. Let me put back my paper in my bag so I can pick up my phone. Okay, so now it says, verse 6, Sirach 23:6. Keep me from being overcome by greed and lust. So greed almost made me abandon my post. Yah posted me to come down to Igbo land and do this. That's why I had to build that thing, the one on top of the car. So Yah posted me to come here and do these things. So I didn't come back with these things because, for no reason. I did not come back with these things. I came back with all these things because of the word of Yah. Because of the word of Yah. These are all tools. Like a carpenter has a hammer and a saw. These are my tools. So, but I almost went back to the US some months ago. Makagini, because of what? Money. Because dollar was high. And that thought came to my mind. But I know if I do it, Yah will flog me. Yah will flog me. Do you know how Yah flogs somebody? How does Yah flog someone?
By making you hate his law.
Mm-hmm.
And keep all your money in the money.
Keep your mind in money. That person will be chasing money like a madman. They will be chasing money. And they'll be making the money, but they will not be able to eat it. If you see them, their shoe, atakasia. Yeah, if you are shoe, you know, you see their clothes here will be atakasia, brown. Ego though, money is there, he's packing the money, but he will not eat that money. You will see him like this, the shirt will just tear, the trouser will tear, the person will be wearing what? You see this, fear. Yah will make that person, they'll be wearing one cloth. When they come back at night, they'll wash that clothes. They go to bed. They'll be packing money. They'll be loading money, but they will not eat that money. They will not eat it. They'll just be packing it. They will be busy all the time. Whenever you see them, they're busy. Whenever you see them, they're busy. Whenever you see them, they're busy. And before you know it, they will die of one disease or another. They will die of one disease or another. Man, fear Yah. So when that dollar was up to 2,000 naira, that thought came to my mind. I thought about it. My friend was telling me, Natabazienu, come back already and make some money. He didn't understand. He did not understand. Why am I saying this? Sirach 23:6. Sirach 23:6. Keep me from being overcome by greed. Yahushua said that if you have enough food to eat, you are okay. Do you have clothes you're wearing and you have food to eat? Seek ye first the kingdom of Yah. Seek ye first the kingdom. So, greed is something that we need to watch out. Greed. I'm telling you. I just made a decision 2 days ago. I made a decision that people will consider crazy. Crazy decision. I made a decision, and it has to do with greed. There was a land I bought almost 5 years ago. I bought that land. Some people came out and claimed that land belongs to them. So we keep dragging that land and keep dragging it. And yesterday, or day before yesterday, I finally concluded. I decided, because that land, some people, I'm not going to go into details, but the people who are claiming that land, other people sold it to me. There were people that sold that land. Almost 5 people came together. It was a family land. They sold it to me. Somebody else now came and started dragging that land. The person who is dragging it, his father loaned money to the father of those that sold it to me. This person that came and be dragging that land, his father loaned some money like in the 1970s, long time, almost 40 years ago. His father loaned money to the father of these people that sold me the land. So I had a choice of go and get the police, go and do this, go and do that, so you can force that person to leave the land alone. But do you know what? A few days ago I decided I will let that land go. Because that person whose father loaned money to these other people that sold me the land, that person has a right to that land. Because the money that their father loaned to these people have not been paid. They're supposed to go and settle them before they sell the land to me. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to remove my hand from that land. I'm going to pursue these people to give me back my money. That is it. Now, I bought that land in almost, I think it was like 2017, 2018. I bought that land. Now that land is worth millions now. Millions. But I decided to let it go. Why? Sirach 23 says, greed. How can I be praying for Yah to keep me from being greedy? And yet I'm doing greedy things. I know that this man that is claiming that land, I know that their father loaned these people that sold, the people that sold me the land, the 5 people or 4 people that sold me the land, their father is owing these people's father. And that land was used like a collateral. The land was like a collateral. So how can I now force him out of the land? That means I'm being dishonest. And only greed, only my greed can make me do that. So it's not just that I'm reading the book of Sirach. Oh, book of Sirach is wonderful, beautiful, yeah. But then I'm not practicing what it says. Keep me from being overcome by greed. Greed. It's the only greediness that will make me. Does anybody know why Yah hated the Canaanite? Who knows why Yah hated the Canaanite?
Because they go and stole some land from the Israelites. Their forefathers stole land.
Okay, go ahead.
It's because of their greed.
Their greed, okay. Actually, David, you're right. It was after the flood. The sons of Noah shared the world, the land in the world. That was when the Gentiles, those that came from Japhet, Genesis chapter 10, that was when the Gentiles stayed in the area where they are. I want other side there, I know. So the sons of Noah, because Ndoche Inafo came from one of the sons of Noah, Japhet. So the land was divided, the world was divided. So then they took an oath. The sons of Noah took an oath. That oath was that anybody that leave his own land to go and take somebody's land will be under a curse. They all agreed. Later on, their descendants went and took a land that does not belong to them. They started living there. It is called the land of Canaan. But it was not their land. The land was stolen. So many years later, Yah kicked them out of that land and gave that land to the Israelites. Because the land is not actually the land of Canaan. Their father stole that land. So I don't want to get involved in something like that. I don't want to get involved in something like that at all. There was a sister that used to join us long time ago, around 2016, 2017. She used to join us. She said she told me, brother, wherever you are, I want to be. I'm trying to keep the law. My family do not understand. I don't want to stay in Europe anymore. I want to come back home. I don't want to stay in Europe. I'm suffering in Europe. I want to come back home, but my family will not understand. So, and I cannot go. I'm no longer living with my husband. I have my children. We would like to follow you. Anywhere you are, we will be. I said, yeah, on one condition. I will let you be around me on one condition. If you're going to be around me, I don't want to have anything to do with your family. Because your family will feel like I'm deceiving you. Your family will feel like I'm the one that told you to come back from Europe. You want to come back from Europe because you are working too much. You're tired. You're suffering in Europe. You feel like a slave. And it's not even allowing you to keep the law properly. So I will let you be with me or come and stay with me on one condition. And that condition is that I don't want to have anything to do with your family. I don't want like your family to be coming and visiting you and things like that. No, 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 no. Because your family will hate me. Because your family is not, they are not law keepers. They do not keep the law. Because they don't keep the law, they will feel like I'm the one deceiving you. Your family will think that, oh, okay, he's the one taking all her money. So later on, that sister, and then she wanted to buy a land. There was a time I said that I wanted to build a community where people can, Israelites can come and stay. A huge community, big area where Israelites can stay. So she's like, brother, I have this money. I would like to give it to you for you to put. I said, no, keep your money. Keep it. It's okay. Don't worry. Save your money. So later on, she bought a land. That woman bought a land. But long story short, I was just telling somebody, I know she's going to come back. I know she's going to, whenever she wants her land, she gets her land back. In fact, I told her, call your brother in Abuja. Or she called her brother in Abuja. Her brother came, we gave her brother the paper of that land so they can go and take their land. Her brother came from all the way from Abuja. They went and showed the brother his sister's land, and they took a paper of that land and they gave to the brother so they can take their land. So that is how I think. Why am I saying this? Sirach 23:6. Oh yeah, please keep me from being greedy. If I want to be greedy, I will keep her land. If I want to be greedy, I will keep that land. I'll just keep quiet. No, but her brother came. Her brother came from Abuja. I was not home. I was in the US. I told somebody, take the paper of the land. Take the paper of the land, go and show her brother their land or her land, and give her brother that paper of that land. I think that was how it happened. And then he saw it and then he left. So these are things that can make somebody to be greedy. No, I don't want to be greedy. I do not want to be greedy. So, because it's very pleasurable to want to be greedy. All right. Sirach 23:6. Keep me from being overcome by greed or lust. Do not leave me at the mercy of these shameless passions. Another one is lust. Lusting after people. Lusting after people. Lust can lead to many things. And today, oh my goodness, we are so in trouble today. We are in a big trouble. Because what are the things that can cause lust? What are the things that can cause lust? Lusting after something. You can lust after materialism. You can lust after TV. You can lust after a woman. A woman can lust after a man. When you lust after something, then you want that thing. Something that you do not own. Something that does not belong to you. You lust after it, now you want to have it. A typical example is a woman. You see these women, they wear short skirts, they wear short waist, they wear trousers, they're walking, you're seeing their ass is shaking, you're seeing their cleavage, you're seeing all these things. So men see it, men see those things, and those men lust after them. And then that leads to sexual sin. And Sirach 23 is telling us, pleading with Yah to keep me away from being overcome by greed and lust. I don't allow myself to be overcome by lust anymore. Not anymore. I used to follow after my lust. I used to follow after my desires. I used to do those things, but that was then. I used to. Not anymore. Not anymore. All right. So, we're going to go into taking oath. Taking oath. Oath. And that is Sirach chapter 23 from verse 7. Sirach 23 from verse 7. My children, listen to what I have to say about proper speech. Do as I teach you, and you will never get trapped. Sinners are caught by their own arrogant, insulting words. That's like what we talked about earlier about the traits, the characteristics of an arrogant person. How to avoid being arrogant. One of the things that arrogant people do is they insult people. Insulting people is part of being arrogant. Insulting people. So it says, sinners are caught by their own arrogant, insulting words. So, proper speech, let us be careful when we speak and try to be respectful. Verse 9. Now let's get into it. Verse 9. Don't fall into the habit of taking oaths. Don't fall into the habit of taking oaths. I swear, in God's name, I swear. No, don't be taking oaths. Avoid taking oaths. And don't use God's holy name too freely. Oh my goodness. Do you know what I was supposed to, I say, oh my goodness. Do you know what people normally say?
Yes.
What?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Guy na there no teach Jesus. I don't teach Jesus from boss here. I don't go and teach Jesus. I don't go teach Jesus. I want to teach Jesus. Eh? Only I teach. You must not teach Jesus. There's the one day I heard him say, Jesus. Why are you calling Jesus? Eh? Although his name is not Jesus, of course. His name is Yahushua. And that's why people don't know his name. So we are not supposed to just be using Yah's name in vain. Oh my God. OMG. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. There's nothing wrong with calling Yah's name. But not like every little thing you call Yah's name. That's an insult to Yah. Verse 9. Don't fall into the habit of taking oaths, and don't use Yah's holy name too freely. Are you familiar with something called Hashim? Hashim.
Yes, these Judaism people, they normally say it.
Why do they say it?
Because they say that Yah's name is too holy to God.
Exactly. So now in this part of the world, you have something called the community of Hashim. Man, our people are so useless. Our people are so foolish. They are copying the so-called Jews. Musa in Nobi. His son is copying the so-called Jews. So their church is now called the community of Hashim. What is Hashim? You know what it means? Hashim means name. That's it. Name. The name. So these foolish people in Israel, these Gentiles who are claiming to be us, they say that Yah's name is too holy to be called. Nobody is supposed to be calling his name. You know, his name is too holy. So instead of calling him by his name, let's call him the name. Hashim means the name. That's where that whole thing, nonsense, came from. No. The Most High say, you shall not use my name in vain. The Most High wants us to call his name. The Most High gave us a law to take an oath in his name. There is nothing wrong with calling Yah's name. It's just that you don't play with it. Just don't play with it. If I am always doing, David is this, David, more than I forget. Anytime I see you at the government, David, oh my David, oh David. I just keep saying David. At the beginning, you'll be thinking, okay, you'll be laughing in the beginning. At some point, it becomes annoying. Why do I keep calling your name? David, oh David. At some point, you must become angry. You will become angry at some point because you're thinking, if I come to you and I say David, David, or Chagozie, or Chidimma, Kekime Chidimma, Chagozie, Kekime Chagozie, that's normal. But if for the next 30 minutes, I'm still going around and calling your name, oh Chidimma, Chidimma, oh Chidimma, you'll be thinking, you'll be wondering, is he mentally okay? Because it becomes annoying. Why is he going around calling my name anyhow? Why? That doesn't make sense. You will eventually become angry. Because your name is being called for no reason. For just no reason. Somebody is just walking around calling your name. So it's not that, that it's because it's Yah's name. It's not just Yah. If you do it to a human being, they will not be happy. Not to mention doing it to Yah, using his name in vain. No. Verse 10. Sirach 23:10. A slave who is constantly beaten will never be free of bruises. Someone who is always taking an oath by the holy name will never be free of sin. Anyone who takes oath all the time is sinful to the core, and punishment is never far away from his household. If he fails to fulfill his oath, he is guilty. If he ignores his oath, he is twice as guilty. If his oath was insincere in the first place, he cannot be pardoned and will have a house full of trouble. So please, the point in all this is, don't be saying, I swear in God's name, I swear in Yah's name, I swear. No, don't talk like that. Like Yahushua said, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Let your yes be yes and let your no be no. There are moments where you can take oath. There are moments where you can take note. Like we see in the book of Numbers. If you suspect that your wife, if you suspect that another man is having sex with your wife, you make her take an oath to swear in Yah's name. Yah told us to take an oath. Yah said that we should swear by his name. We should swear by his name. So if you suspect that someone, suspect something, you can actually, anybody can make anybody take an oath in Yah's name. Now, if that person is like, if the person you're asking to take the oath, if they fear Yah, they will not take it. If they're lying. If they are lying, they will refuse to take that oath. If they are lying. See? So the bottom line is, be careful when you take oath. And don't go and claim that when somebody wants you to take an oath, you claim, oh, I don't take the oath. Yeah, the Bible says I shouldn't take oath. The Bible did not say you should not take oath. Sirach 23 from verse 9 to 11 is telling you that taking oath all the time is not good. But if somebody accuses you of doing something and they want you to take an oath, you have to take that oath. You have to take that oath. So if you know that you are innocent, take the oath. The Most High said that if a man suspects that another man is having sex with his wife, he should make his wife take an oath. So there's nothing wrong with taking oath. But taking oath all the time, everything, like you see how our people do. True to God. True to God. I swear, true to God. If you go to America, they say, I swear on my mama's grave. I swear on my mama's grave. I swear on my mama. I swear on my mama. I swear on my mama. The Bible is simply telling you that taking oath all the time is not good. But we are told to take oath. It's okay to take oath. Okay. 12. Filthy talk. Filthy talk. There is one way of speaking that is like death itself. There is one way of speaking that is like death itself. May no Israelite be guilty of it. There is a way that somebody can talk. It's almost like death. There's a way of speaking that is like death. And may Israelites never be guilty of it. Devout people do not swallow in such thing. Those who love Yah, they don't speak like that. And they will keep away from such behavior. Don't fall into the habit of curses. Don't fall into the habit of curses. Profane talk. It is sinful. You're always talking about like sex, talking about vagina, talking about penis, talking about stuff like that people normally talking about, just, always not just talking about it, but calling the name, calling its name, calling the vagina in Igbo. Those are like foul, in America they say, fuck you, you motherfucker, fuck you, man, fuck you, motherfucker, fuck you, fuck. There are some Israelites that do it. There are some Israelites. Those are foul languages, foul talk. So a typical example of this thing in America will be, fuck you, you motherfucker, bitches, you motherfucker, fuck you, man, fuck you motherfucker. Oh my goodness. There's also a way it can be talked in Igbo language. So we shouldn't be talking like that. We should not be talking like that. Some of us, we talk like that because we think that, oh yeah, it makes us look cool. I live in America. I don't talk like that. I don't like to talk like that. So sometimes it might slip out of my mouth, but that is, and then I just have to control myself not to speak in that way. So law keepers don't talk like that. Just talking about, just being direct, talking about a woman's vagina, talking about a man's penis, just calling, just talking anyhow, just like I told you, Favor's little brother, the little one, he was singing, nyashi na nyashi, nyashi na nyashi, nyashi, nyashi. Their father was in that store. Their father was there. His father was, that was one of the things I saw. He was the one that their mother wanted me to take. It was not Favor. The one that is younger than Favor is the one that they wanted me to take. But I saw the way that boy was talking. A small boy, maybe 8 years or 9 years. I saw the way he was talking. I was like, no, this boy is not... He seemed to me like the type of person that would be, if you're taking a shower, he might be peeping in your room. Something like that. He seemed like a spoiled brat. So when he was singing that type of song, who sings a song like that? Who will be singing that kind of song? So that's what the Bible is telling you, that we shouldn't be, we should not be talking like that. Verse 13, Sirach 23:13. Don't fall into the habit of curses, profane talk. It is sinful. Verse 14. You might forget yourself while in the company of important people and make a fool of yourself with some foul word that comes to your neutrality. Think how your parents will feel. You will curse the day you were born and wish you were dead. If you fall into the habit of using offensive language, you will never break yourself of it as long as you live. So what this is saying is that if you develop the habit of saying stuff like that, if you develop the habit of always talking foul, using foul languages, fuck you, man, fuck you, fuck this, bitch, this. If you keep on talking like that, the danger is that one day you might be around somebody. You might be around somebody. And I'm going to use some of those language. I'm going to use it right now, okay? I've talked about it in the way they use it in America, in English. fuck you, fuck your mother, fuck this, bitches, fuck you. Okay, now watch. What I just read in Sirach is that from verse 12 to 15, this is the warning that we're being given. The warning that we're being given in the book of Sirach is this. If you're someone that says, fuck you, fuck that, fuck your mother, motherfucker, bitch, if you develop a habit of talking like that, or you say, otunegi, ibu negi bawa, you say that, okay, you talk like that, right? This is what the book of Sirach is warning you. This book is telling you that one day, there might be somebody that you need something from. Maybe somebody who is very rich. Someone that is very rich. Or one day, that person will be around, but you will not know. Maybe you're coming back home. You're coming to your house. That person is inside the house. But that person has been seeing you as a nice person. That person has been seeing you as a quiet, righteous, Yah-fearing person. But that person may be inside your house, but you will not know. Or that person might be in a place and you will not know. And you'll be talking like that. Oh, this, fuck you, bitch, you this, wow. You're talking. And then you see that person. The person have heard the way you're talking. And you cannot clean it, you cannot take it back. Once those words comes out of your mouth, that is it. That was exactly what happened with, that's why I did not take Favor's brother. Because their mother wanted me to take that one, the one that was younger than Favor. That was the one that she wanted me to take. So one day I went to their store, and there were all these young people who were playing. They were all playing football. So when I came, they gathered around me. I began to give them advice. But as time goes on, I observed that boy had spoiled. When I was about to leave, he asked me for money. The way he talks in a very, you can imagine a young boy that sings that kind of song. Just imagine. I know you don't know who I'm talking about, but just imagine in your head a small boy that sings that kind of song. That is why I told you that he is the kind of boy that will be peeping from the window when you're taking shower. That's that type of boy. So now, when I saw the way he was talking, the reason why I did not take him is because of what was coming out of his mouth. Because of the way he was talking, I'm like, no, I am not taking this boy. There's no way I'm going to be raising this boy. A little boy like that, around 10 years old, but he uses foul languages, singing dirty songs, singing a dirty song about booty, about nyash. Booty is booty, booty is booty, nyash na nyash, 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 nyash na nyash. Because over here in Africa, we call bum bum, we call your booty nyash. Here in Africa, that is what we call it. In America, you call it booty, right? In America, we call it nyash. And then there's a woman that wanted me to take one of her sons. And that boy was around 10 years old. Around 10 or 11 years old. And the mother wanted me to take him. So when I went to their area, to their store, I saw that boy and I saw the way he was talking. And I immediately decided, no, hell no, I'm not taking this boy. Because that boy to me have spoiled. He's going to come over here and just start corrupting the other boys. I'm like, no, I'm not taking him. And that's what the book of Sirach is warning you. Be careful the way you talk, because you don't know who is listening. The person who is going to be helping you in your life, the person, might hear you talk that way, and they'll get very disappointed at you. So we have to be careful, avoid using foul languages, or fuck that shit, motherfucker, bitches, fuck that. Don't talk like that if you can. You're not going to go to hell if you talk like that. You will not go to hell. But the thing is that it's going to damage your reputation if you keep on talking like that. And it's so difficult to control ourselves because we're born into that system. We're born into it. Where it's so difficult to want to. Sometimes you say it and then you catch yourself and then you stop. Sometimes somebody will flip you off on the road. Somebody will cut you off on the road and you're like, fuck you. And then you're like, oh. It happens because that's something we grew up. That's a system we grew up in. All right. So let's keep going. And I just explained Sirach chapter 23 from verse 12 to 15. Let's continue from verse 16. So verse 16 is dealing with sexual sin. Verse 16 is dealing with sexual sin. Sirach chapter 23 from verse 16. There are any number of ways to sin and bring down Yah's anger. But sexual passion is a hot, blazing fire that cannot be put out at will. It can only burn itself out. A man who lives for nothing but sexual enjoyment will only keep on. A man who lives for nothing but sexual enjoyment will keep on until that fire destroys him. To such a man, all women are desirable, and he can never get enough as long as he lives. In other words, let us control ourselves. Sex, brothers, sex, brothers, sex, brothers, sex, sex. It is very powerful. We must be careful. We must be careful. We must be careful, my brothers, not to be brought down by sex. Look at this powerful warning in Sirach 23 about sex. We must control ourselves. We must control ourselves. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. That's one. Many of us are going to burn in hell because of sex. If you're living with a woman and when you married her, she was not a virgin, you're living in sin. I have been saying it. You could just ignore it and grow your beard and wear your robes and put on your fringes and say that Yah is good and keep the Sabbath. You could do that. But at the end of the day, all this stuff you're doing is nothing to Yah. It means nothing. Because you're still getting on top of a woman who is not your wife. This is just the truth, raw truth. And speaking the way like this is why I don't have a lot of followers. Speaking like this, bringing things like this out, people do see those videos. But they don't want to have anything to do with someone like me. Because I bring these things out telling you the way it is, telling you, being on, trying to be honest, So, we shouldn't just desire everything that moves. I used to live like that, actually. I used to sleep with 2 different women in the night without even knowing their names. I used to be like that. But that was when I was not keeping the law the way I'm keeping the law now. Verse 18, the man who is unfaithful to his wife thinks to himself, no one will ever know. It's dark in here and no one sees me. I have nothing to worry about. As for the Most High, he won't even notice. He won't even notice. This man is only afraid of other people. he doesn't realize that the eyes of Yah are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, that he sees everything we do, even when we try to hide it. He knows everything before he created the world, as well as after. That sinful man will be caught when he least expects it and punished publicly. So, whatever we do, we should know that Yah is watching us. I have found myself inside a hotel room where somebody came inside the hotel room and wanted to have sex with me. I refused, although I wanted to do it. I really wanted to do it. But, it was only she and I inside the hotel room. Only she and I. I came to host a crusade at that time. I hosted a crusade. That was in 2005. That was in 2005. I hosted a crusade and I stayed in a hotel. And one day I came back to my hotel room. I came into the lobby and went upstairs, went to my hotel room. Within 5 minutes or so, I had a knock on the door. Bump, 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 bump. I opened the door. It was somebody that was downstairs. There were people at the lobby of the hotel. It was a big hotel. There were people that were sitting down there at the lobby. So one of the ladies came upstairs and knocked on my door. I opened the door. She basically was like she was like, I want to talk to you. She's like, she came into the room. We sat down. She told me, she said, I want to have sex with you. I saw you come upstairs and I would like you to have sex with me. I was like, no, I cannot do that. She's like, no, you will do it. Like, before you know it, we started struggling. So basically, she was trying to rape me. It was a struggle. So that what happened to me on that struggle was exactly what the Bible says, that my spirit was willing, but my body was weak. I really wanted to do what she wanted us to do, but my spirit is like, no, you cannot do that. You came to host a crusade, and you're going to have sex with some strange woman that you don't know. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you read Sirach chapter 23 to 21, Sirach 23, 18 to 21, it talks about a man who is going around and having sex in secret. He has sex with women he should not be having sex, and he thinks that nobody sees him. That's what this is talking about. Look, let me read it again. Let me read this again. Verse 18, Sirach chapter 23, 18. The man who is unfaithful to his wife thinks to himself, no one will ever know. It's dark in here and no one sees me. I have nothing to worry about. As for the Most High, he won't even notice. This man is only afraid of other people. He doesn't realize that the eyes of Yah are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He sees everything we do. So I could have just convinced myself that day, this is a hotel. People don't know me here. I'm inside this room with this woman. I should have just locked the door, and she and I will do it. After we do it, she will leave. But Yah sees me. Yah sees me. So, or fringes. Like as I told you guys, you will never see me outside without my fringes. You will never see me. Even when I am at the balcony, when I come out at the balcony, I hide myself. When I see somebody coming, I try not for them not to see me. If I'm not wearing any shirt. I try to hide too in a way so that people don't see me. If I'm not wearing shirt. I don't like people to see me without my fringes. So, because I know that Yah sees me. Yah watches what I'm doing. So if I think that nobody sees me, nobody knows me, I'm deceiving myself. Because Yah sees everything I do. 22. Sirach 23:22. The same is true of a woman who is unfaithful to her husband and present him with a child by another man. The same thing applies to a woman who is unfaithful to her husband, and then another man will have sex with her, and then she will pretend to her husband as if she's only having sex with her husband. Verse 23. In the first place, she has broken the law of the Most High. Because the Most High said that no other man can have sex with you except your husband. Verse 23. Sirach 23:23. In the first place, she has broken the law of the Most High. In the second place, she has wronged her husband. And in the third place, she has made a whore of herself by committing adultery and bearing the child of another man, not her husband. Verse 24-25. The children will suffer for her sin. They will not be able to find a place in society or establish families. She herself will be brought before the assembly and permanently disgraced. There will be a curse on her memory after she is gone. Everyone will realize that nothing is better than fearing Yah. Nothing is sweeter than keeping His commands. That's the last verse. Nothing is better than keeping Yah's commandment. Nothing is better than keeping Yah's commandment. The book of Sirach is so encouraging. It's a wonderful book that we should cherish. You should love the book of Sirach. It teaches us so much. It teaches us so much. So much. I love the book of Sirach. I love the book of Sirach because it teaches me a lot, like what we went through today. So all praises of our Heavenly Father. Does anybody have any question? Any question? Okay, good. All right, my brothers and sisters online, we are going to close. We will not be doing this tomorrow because tomorrow is the Sabbath day. So by this time tomorrow, we will be doing our worship by this time tomorrow. So we will not be able to do this. But the day after tomorrow, we'll continue as usual. So all praises to the Most High for His love and His kindness. My phone number is still the same. Please feel free to give me a call if you have any question. You're welcome to give me a call and I would love to talk to you if you have any question. What time US? I don't know. Let me see. Let me check the time right now. Let me check the time. I see you wrote what time US. Well, let me check what it... Oh, right now it's 10 a.m. here. 10 a.m. What is the time over there? Let me tell you the time that we normally start. What's the time over there right now? Where you are. What is the time? Okay, it's 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Okay, so because right now it's 10 a.m. here. So it's 10 a.m. 4, 3, oh my goodness, it's 3 a.m. Our starting time is 3 a.m. You know we go live. But as soon as I stop, you can watch the video. So even if you're not able to wake up or you're not available to watch us live, you can watch the video later. Okay? So we're going to be meeting tomorrow, but for Sabbath worship. We will meet tomorrow to worship, for Sabbath congregation. The day after tomorrow, Yah's willing, we will continue our live broadcast. So, may Yah peace and protection be upon you. Have a peaceful rest of your morning, your day, wherever you are. Yah's willing, I will talk to you. We're still going to do live broadcast tomorrow. But I think it might be on Facebook or here on YouTube. I'm not sure. We could do it right here on YouTube. So we'll have our worship tomorrow, but it could be here on YouTube. So may Yah peace and protection be upon you, my brothers and sisters. Have a peaceful rest of your day, your night. And Yah's willing, I'll talk to you soon. And feel free to call me if you would like us to talk. All praises to our Heavenly Father. Shalom to you, peace to you, shalom.